アンビデックスゲートが開放されました。アンビデックスゲーム投票の締め切りまで残り45分です。
What the hell?
別のチームの誰かが AB ルームの扉を開けたんだ。
Why would they do that? Whatever. We should be heading back anyway. I headed for the door.
ちょっと待って。
Clover's voice stopped me. What is it? I turned to see her pointing toward the wall with the treatment pods.
表示が変わってる。
Huh? What?
ポットのモニターの表示だよ。
Oh yeah. It says recent operational records. Surgery? I stepped closer and began to read. What it said was interesting. Currently treating one subject. That one subject had to mean Quark. This was the pod we put him into after all. I read on. Does that mean 7 hours and 48 minutes ago? Is that what the minus sign means? One subject released. Oh, maybe it's just a generic dash. So 7:45, one subject released. 8:06, one subject successfully restored. 10 minutes later, cold sleep mode disengaged. Beginning restoration of one subject. All prior records have been erased. Authorization. Admin. I checked the other pods. They were all the same. So more than one person. 3 people at the minimum have been released here. Disengaging sleep mode. Beginning restoration? What does restoration mean here? An admin erased this. Whoa, what is all this?
およそ8時間前までこのポットの中でコールドスリープにかけられてた人間がいる。
Oh, okay, so the negative does mean a go.
そういうことみたいね。しかも3人3台のポット全部に同じ記録があるから。
8 hours ago. Does that mean that 3 of the people here were in the pods? That's before we all woke up, huh? I mean, it hasn't been 8 hours yet.
うん。
So the 3 pod people could be 3 of us. They could have been captured earlier. Don't know how much earlier. Then they were thawed out 8 hours ago and carried into the AB rooms.
そう考えるのが自然だろうね。この施設の中にゲームの参加者以外の誰かがいるっていうのは考えにくいし。ただ正確に言うと9人のうちのじゃなくて10人のうちのだと思うけど。
Yeah. If you count the old woman we found, then it would be 10, wouldn't it? So who are the 3 pod people?
私に聞かないでくれる？
Well, my first instinct is to say K and Dio. Who is the third one? I don't know.
そんなのわからないって。記録には収容者としか書いてないんだから。性別も年齢も一切不明。こんなんじゃ推理のしようがないよ。
She didn't say it's creepy. Huh. It doesn't say when they were put into cold sleep either.
記録は管理者により削除されましたって、なんか思いっきり怪しげな作為を感じるんだけど。
I wonder why they wouldn't just write the time though.
相対時間？
They don't want to give you the absolute date. They don't want you to know the December 31st, which I'm still assuming it is actually December 31st right now because we went outside that one time and there was an eclipse. But at the same time, you have to remember that the whole eclipse equals 31st information was provided by a magazine here, so I don't know if I should be trusting it all that much. Well, you said it yourself. The log says 8 hours ago, not like 9:15 a.m. Those minus signs have to mean this far in the past. Who would ever write the time like that?
なんでだろう。
Maybe Zero Senior doesn't want us to know what the actual time is.
どうして？
Cause it'll give away the time traveling secrets. Speaking of things I don't know, why did this stuff suddenly show up? It seems like whatever it was that triggered this activated as soon as we opened the door to leave.
ゼロボスが前もってそういう仕掛けを施しておいたんじゃない？
Yeah, but why? That's what I'm asking. He or she is like, what do you call that? Like you're leaking the truth slowly to us, little by little, for some strange reason. What reason would he have to do that?
私たちにポッドの稼働記録を見せたかったからかな。
Perhaps, but he deleted a bunch of the data. Why?
もしかして全部貼ったりとか。
A trick?
モニターの記録は全部デタラメで、ゼロボスは私たちをからかうためにこんな仕掛けを。
This guy's putting in a lot of effort to do all these things. So you're saying this was just a joke?
断言はできないけど、そうなんじゃないって言ってるの。
No, it doesn't make sense.
とにかく他のみんなにも聞いてみよう。何か思い当たることがないかどうか。
Yeah, you're right. If the AB gates have opened, we need to be heading back to the warehouse anyway.
それからクオークのことも報告しないとね。
We double-checked that Quark was all right in his pod, then hurried out of the treatment center. Strange, but not quite sure what to make of that new information about the records. Is this another warehouse?
なんか上の階、A 階の倉庫と似た感じの作りだね。ねえ、治療室で手に入れたマップ見せてもらえる？やっぱりそうだ。この倉庫、A 階の倉庫の真下にあるんだよ。
Huh, so it is.
あれってもしかして。
Those doors are white.
3枚あるね。
Okay, let's go and take a closer look.
やっぱりそうだ。これカラードドアだよ。ほら見て、脇にいつもの装置がついてるし。
So these are the third round chromatic doors, huh? I guess we'll be coming back here pretty soon. No, by what we've seen so far, we've never made it past... Oh, the third AB game. But yeah, sometimes we do. I think we've only made it past the white door one time. So not frequently at all.
でももうその必要はないかも。
What do you mean? Cause we're leaving!
だって私もシグマも今の BP は6じゃん。
And we're with Quark! Oh my god, that is really tempting. Yeah, that's true. So?
私たちはペア番同士でしょ？
Yeah.
その対戦相手は誰？
Quark.
だよね。でもクオークは今治療用ポットの中にいるから。
所定の時刻までに投票を行わなかった場合、未投票者の選択は協力に設定されます。
This is so tempting. You aren't saying we should pick betray, are you?
シグマだってそのつもりだったんじゃないの？
Quark has a 6 too, so it's not like we'll be killing him. And if we get out, then yeah, it just means we get out. It doesn't mean he dies.
だからパターン C。今のこの組み合わせでいくことについて反対しなかったんじゃ。
Well, it was more about having an opponent that you don't have to worry about, but that's who. No, that's not... I thought that with Quark's condition, I'd be able to choose ally and not worry about getting betrayed.
いいって嘘つかなくても私たちはパートナー、運命共同体なんだよ。隠し事はやめようよ。
I'm not hiding anything.
じゃあ本気で言ってるの？協力を選ぶべきだって。ちょっとやめてよ。こんなチャンス二度とないかもしれないんだよ。
She's right.
次のラウンドで BP を8にすることができたとしても、その次で加点できるかどうかわからないじゃん。
And if we miss this chance now, somebody else in the other groupings could get a 9 too.
それ以前のこととして3回目の AB ゲームが確実に行われるっていう保証もないし、今 BP が6の人は3人いるでしょ。ディオ、K、ファイの3人。この3人のうちの誰かが次のラウンドで9点になっちゃったらどうするの？
That's not going to happen.
どうして？
Fi and Luna are playing against Tenmyoji. He's only got 1 BP left though. I really don't think they'd pick Betray. If Tenmyoji picked Ally, they'd kill him. The same goes for Dio. Dio doesn't give a crap. He's playing against Alice and Kay, and Alice is BP.
ダメ！そんなの絶対にダメだよ。
I agree. But her BP is the same as Tenmyoji's, so unless Dio's willing to kill someone, we already know he is, he won't be able to get his BP to 9.
じゃあ、アリスたちの投票先は裏切りで決まりだね。
Yeah, that is generally the best defensive choice.
だけど、もしもディオが協力を選んだら
Then...
K の BP は9になるじゃん。
the same spot that I was in last time. Yeah.
なんだ。だったらやっぱり私の言った通りじゃない。K の BP が9になったら3回目の AB ゲームは行われないわけで。
Well, that's not necessarily the case. No, he's not staying. We know this.
誰かの BP が9以上になった時点でゲームは終了ということか？
その人が9の扉を開きさえしなければゲームが継続されるよ。
Of all the people here, who is actually willing to have a 9 and wait? If somebody like that exists, that person hasn't gone a 9 yet, because I haven't seen that happen.
要するに K は目標値に達してもここにとどまり続けると？
I don't know, but it's possible. You and I can choose to get a 9 and stay. That's a thing. Getting a 9 is just so much more advantageous though, because if somebody else gets a 9, then you can just leave with them. Yeah, it gives you a lot more advantages.
そんなのありえないって。
9th Lion. Well, we can think about how we're going to vote later. For now, we need to get back to the others. There's a couple of things I gotta do when we get back.
わかったよ。
Okay, back to floor A then. Let's move. This is all assuming that Clover won't cheat me here. She might actually lock me out of the game, just like Tenmyoji suggested. I turned and headed for the exit. After a few moments, I heard Clover's footsteps following behind me. There's a lot of people here with a 6 this time, if we don't play our cards right. We already know that Dio is not beyond killing people, so... And knowing what we know, Alice might die in the next round anyway.
Yotsuba! よかった。戻ってきたのね。
Are we the last ones?
ええ、そうよ。
おい、クオークはどうしたんじゃ。
Tenmyoji's expression was furious, and from the way he was stomping toward me, I felt like I only had a few seconds before I was on the ground with his hands around my neck. I explained what had happened with Quark, and the pods as quickly as I could.
じゃが、その治療用ポッドとやらは本当に安心できる代物なのか？
We have no clue.
多分ね。
多分？
No, they're definitely safe. He's fine. How do you know that?
どっちなんじゃ。とにかくわしはクオークのことが気がかりじゃ。四つ葉、その治療室とやらに案内してくれ。
え、でも。
He's trying to isolate Clover to talk to her, I think.
大丈夫じゃ。投票の締め切り時刻までにはまだ20分はあるじゃろう。行って戻ってきても十分間に合う。
わかったよ。じゃあ、ついてきて。
Is there a possibility that Clover won't make it back in time for the AB game? Tenmyoji before, he was talking about locking me out of it, but now it might seem like the other way around might happen. As soon as she finished, she was off. Tenmyoji followed at her heels, and in the blink of an eye, they were gone, out the magenta door. Alright, you guys got some explaining to do.
何のことでしょ
You opened the AB gates before Clover and I got back, didn't you? I want to know why the hell you'd go and do something like that.
シグマ、よく見ろ。
As she spoke, Phi gestured toward the line of AB rooms. Only one was open.
私たちが全員で扉を開けたわけじゃないんですよ。
So you're saying only one person, or one pair, jumped the gun here?
そうだ。
Well then who was it?
俺だよ。開けたのは。
So it was you. Figured as much.
別に問題ないだろう。お前らが戻る前に開けたって。
Yes, Dio. Yes, it is a big deal.
どうして？仮に締め切り時刻に間に合わなかったとしても、投票先が自動的に強力に設定されるだけで。
No, not just. Are you telling me you didn't know? Didn't you find one of those notes? I think we've been to all the rooms so far already, and the ones that we've been to, they've all had that note, haven't they? Actually, I don't know about that, but I find it weird that Dio is always in the room that doesn't have that note.
なんだよこれ。
We found this in the treatment center.
私たちが入った部屋、減圧室にはありませんでしたね。
Really? I'm gonna go back and check that.
私たちが探索した食料庫にもありませんでした。
I really don't remember. Huh. Well, whatever. You should really probably read it though.
ルールの補足 AB ゲーム編なんだウサ AB ゲームのあるラウンドにおいて 対戦相手となるペア版ソロ版の双方が未投票のまま締め切り時刻を迎えてしまった場合、その双方にはペナルティが課せられちゃうんだウサ。言い換えると、ペア版ソロ版の両者のうち少なくともどちらか一方は必ず投票を行わなければならないってことになるんだウサ。
You get it now? If we hadn't gotten back in time, Clover, Quark and I could have died. And you just...
わかったよ。悪かった。
He doesn't care that much.
だが本当に知らなかったんだからしょうがないだろ。
So you wouldn't have opened the gate if you did?
当たり前じゃないか。何を言ってるんだお前は。
Don't you bro me.
ところでシグマ、お前たちが探索したのは治療室なんだよな。
Yeah?
治療室というと、なんだか薬品の類が大量に保管されているようなイメージがある。
Did nobody go into the lab this time?
そこにラジカル6の抗ウイルス薬、アクセラビルはなかったのか？
No, I guess not, because the other rooms that they went into were the chamber, the PC, and the pantry. Ah, so there can be some playthroughs where we just don't find the Axelavir. No. It's not really that kind of place. It just had those pods and that was it. Besides, if we'd found anything to cure Radical 6, we wouldn't have put Quark in the pod.
そうか。だとするとポットにはラジカル6の感染症を治療する能力があると？
Doesn't seem so. Well, I don't know about that cold sleep thing. No, unfortunately.
無理なの？
Oh, well, it said so on the screen next to the pods. Something about how it can provide relief from the symptoms, but it can't actually cure the disease. Okay, so up until now, we've been having that discussion or question about whether the people inside are the people who are sheltered from Radical 6 or the people being quarantined because of Radical 6. But now that we've found a treatment pod that provides relief to Radical 6, I don't think... if they don't have this disease, why would they need a pod that provides relief to the disease here? It's better than nothing, though. So I think that's one thing that leans towards this being a quarantine instead. Oh, right. There's one more thing about the pods I should tell you. As quick as I could, I explained what the records had said about the pod's occupants and their cold sleep.
Cold sleep?
It's even in English!
つまり、私たちのうちの3人は氷漬けにされていた可能性があるということですか？
If you can trust what we read, yeah.
誰なのよ、その3人って。
Sounds like somebody who was cryogenically frozen would say. I don't know, that's what I'm saying. It didn't say who they were, or even when they were frozen.
なあ、一つ確認させてくれ。そのコールドスリープというのは人体を凍結保存する機能なんだよな。つまりクマやカエルが冬眠するのとは違って体をガチガチに凍らせるものだと。
Yeah, I think so. Oh, well, in that case, we know that they woke up 8 hours ago, but something else to wonder about is how long they've been sleeping for, huh?
すると心臓はどうなる？
Heart rate goes down to 0. Heart rate goes down to 0. What?
コールドスリープにかけられている間は停止することになるのではないか？
Done. One mystery solved. One of like 20,000, but it's a start. Now we know why Quark's bracelet was off, for sure.
心臓が止まればその人のバングルは外れるようになってるんだわさ。
Oh! So if we go into cold sleep, our bracelets would come off.
で、その後すぐに解凍すりゃいいってわけか。
ポッドは3台あるって言ってたわよね。
だとすると9人で順番にそれを行ったとしても3回で済みますよ。
This seems way too good to be true.
しかし皆さんはいいでしょうが、私は
The armor.
まあなんとかなるんじゃない？
Yeah, don't worry, Kay. I think we're just gonna, once we get a 9, we'll go outside and find help for you, okay?
とにかく行ってみましょう。話はそれからよ。
わかりました。
Have you even seen the pods? You don't know how big they are. How do you know you don't fit?
ちょっとコールドスリープの機能が使えなくなってるってどういうことよ？
What?
すみません。
何もルナが謝ることはなかろう。単にゼロボスかゼロウサギが機能にロックをかけたというだけのことじゃ。
But when Clover and I were here, it worked.
コールドスリープの機能使えたよね。
It said, do you want to activate it? Yes or no? We didn't actually activate it, so we don't know if it could be used or not. But okay, sure, it can be used.
だからその後でゼロの野郎が細工したってことだろ。たく、浮かれて損したぜ。
確かによくよく考えてみれば、コールドスリープを使ってバングルを外すなどという抜け道をゼロが見逃すはずはないですよね。
あるいは私が口に出してしまったのがまずかったのかもしれん。
You think he's like watching you? And like, no, he was watching all of us this whole time. And then when Fi said it, he's like, oh shit, I gotta go turn that off right now.
それをゼロウサギに聞かれてしまって。
いずれにせよ残念な結果になってしまいましたね。
残念。本当にそう思ってんのかよ。内心はホッとしてんじゃねえのか。お前のその体じゃコールドスリープにはかけられないかもしれねえからな。
なんてことを言うんですか。私は本当に。
Before Kay could finish, the announcer's voice echoed through the facility.
アンビデックスゲーム投票の締め切りまで残り10分です。プレイヤーは速やかに投票を済ませてください。所定の時刻までに投票を行わなかった場合、未投票者の選択は協力に設定されます。
ねえ、時間が迫ってるよ。そろそろ戻らないと。
わしはここに残るぞい。クオークを置いていくわけにはいかんからな。
おい、何を寝ぼけたこと言ってんだジジイ。ソロ版であるあんたの対戦相手はファイとルナのペア。もしかしたら2人に殺されちまうかもしれないんだぞ。
わしの BP が1じゃからか。
そうだ。あんたが次のラウンドを棄権したら投票先は自動的に強力に設定される。
But that's also a way that he can guarantee to them that he'll vote ally.
だからファイとルナが裏切りを選んだら、
我々は裏切りなど選ばん。強力に投票するつもりだ。
ええ、初めからそのつもりでしたし、天明寺さんが棄権するのであればなおさらです。
This sounds really nice on paper, but who was it that pushed me to betray Tenmyoji in the first round again?
ルナさんの BP も天明寺さんと同じく1ですから、本来であれば安全策を取って裏切りにとなるところですが、天明寺さんは協力で確定しているのですから、ルナさんたちも安心して協力を選べると。
まあそういうことじゃ。わしはファイとルナを信じておる。
This guy is changing his mind all the time about who he trusts.
必ず強力に投票してくれるとな。
Sounds good. Okay then, Tenmyoji, you take care of Quark.
お前さんに言われるまでもない。片時も目を離さずに見守っておるよ。
さあみんな、時間がないわ。行きましょう。
I wonder what Clover is thinking right now, because I have no doubt that Tenmyoji told her something while they were in the treatment center. Back at the Floor A warehouse, we open the AB rooms. And 2 of them are closed because they're not here.
投票の締め切りまで残り4分です。
Alright, Clover. We should probably head in too. Oh! She's acting a little bit weird already. Oh, yeah, okay. I thought we were gonna have no discussion.
ねえシグマ B 階の倉庫で言ったこと覚えてる？
I think she wants to ally now. Yeah. You told me we should betray Quark, since we might not get another chance, like this. Right?
あれ撤回してもいい？
Huh?
治療室で天明寺さんと話してちょっとだけ考えが変わったの。やっぱり私たちは協力を選んだ方がいいと思う。
Hey, that's more than just a little bit. That's like someone trading in a Shih Tzu for a German Shepherd. What the hell kind of a comparison is that? What the hell happened between you two? Did he say something to you?
それは
Tell me.
言えないの。
They're sharing a secret that they can't tell anybody else. Or me at least. But remember the last time Tenmyoji told Clover this though? He used it to betray her. What? Why?
どうしても多分話しても笑われるだけだと思うし。
I won't laugh.
本当に？
Promise. Yeah, she's a blabbermouth.
でもやっぱり言えない。
Hey, come on.
それに約束もしちゃったし絶対に誰にも言わないって天明寺さんと。
Alright, fine. Okay, so this something is something that makes Tenmyoji basically unconditionally trust Clover. And now that he's told her about it, she seems like she almost unconditionally trusts him too. I won't ask about it again, but I do want to say that the priority of Tenmyoji at any given point always seems to be Quark though, so even though he trusts her, he's still using her to make sure Quark is safe. But Tenmyoji doesn't really have anything to do with this, right? Our opponent is Quark.
関係あるよ。だって天明寺さんにとってクオークは大切な存在だし、クオークを裏切るってことは要するに天明寺さんを裏切るのと同じで。
Huh.
ほら覚えてない？赤、青、緑の CD に分かれて進むとき天明寺さんはこんなことを言ってたでしょ。
わしは今誰のこともと言ったが実は一人だけ信頼できる人間がおるんじゃ。四つ葉じゃよ。とにかくお前さんならばクオークを安心して任せることができる。
私そんな風に言ってくれた人のことを裏切るなんてできないよ。
Clover, I trust you too. Can we please do betray? You seem pretty ready to betray him back on floor B.
だからあれは天明寺さんが何者なのか知らなかったからで。
Okay, so the secret that Tenmyoji is holding is his identity. Oh, so you're saying you know who Tenmyoji really is?
天明寺さんが話してくれたことが本当だとしたらね。
投票の締め切りまで残り1分です。
シグマ、お願い、協力を選んで。
You aren't gonna try and vote yourself?
だってどうせ装置の前に駆け寄っても首根っこをつかまれて引きずり戻されるだけでしょ。力ではシグマにはかなわないもん。だから。
Alright. With that, I turn to face the voting machine. The question was, what would I do? Ally? Or betray? Just as Clover had said, betraying Quark was like betraying Tenmyoji. That wasn't even taking into consideration that Quark was just a kid. And he was infected with a deadly disease that would almost certainly kill him if we didn't do something. How could I betray someone like that? Only a monster would take advantage of a helpless child for their own gain. Again, guilt-tripping me. On the other hand, what Clover had said in the warehouse on floor B was true. It was unlikely that I'd get a chance like this again. If I chose Betray, then I'd have 9 BP. I would be able to escape this godforsaken hellhole.
投票の締め切りまで残り10秒です。
So what would my choice be? What would I do? Ally? Or betray? I chose...
3、2、1
I think both choices are potentially interesting here, but between the two, I'm more interested in the results of Betray. Because if we get a 9 right now, well, obviously at the minimum, me and Clover can leave, but will Clover be actually willing to leave? And I don't know if I want to leave either. So maybe that'll turn into a situation where we have 2 people with a 9, but they're not leaving. Ally? There's a lot of other people with a 6 here. So there's a chance that if we don't get a 9 now, somebody else will, and they'll escape. Let's see if that's what happens then.
Ambidex ゲーム第2ラウンド終了。結果は倉庫内のディスプレイに表示されます。お疲れ様でした。アンビデックスゲートを開放します。
シグマ、どっちを選んだの？
You didn't see me push the button?
うん。
Huh. Well, you'll know in a moment. Let's go. I gave her a light pat on the shoulder and headed toward the wall where the results would be displayed.
Ambidex ゲーム第2ラウンドの結果を発表します。一同、画面にご注目ください。
0, 0, 2, 2. No other 9s. Lots of 8s though. Lots of 8s. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty much as expected, I guess. With 2 people, the 2 solos, they're not even here, so.
結果は以上のように確定しました。各自、バングルの数字をご確認ください。
Now, who we're paired with will really determine who gets to leave. Which one's my hand?
シグマ、協力を選んでくれたんだね。
Yeah. Quark is sick, a kid, and unable to vote. I couldn't bring myself to betray someone like that.
ありがとう。シグマ。
You better remember that date. No need to thank me. I only did what anyone would have. So you guys chose Ally too, huh?
当たり前じゃないか。天明寺の BP は1で、おまけに投票席は強力に設定されることが決まっていた。その状況で裏切りなんて選べるはずがないだろう。
もしも私たちが裏切りに投票してしまったら、天明寺さんは
You guys are a lot more like morally sound than I thought you'd be. You're actually more sound than Clover over here, who wanted to betray Quark. Yeah, you didn't have much choice. Alice, Kay, and Dio, on the other hand, seem to have had a less pleasant round.
ちょっと 何考えてんのよディオ。裏切りを選ぶなんて正気の沙汰とは思えないわ。私を殺そうとしたの？
別にそういうわけじゃ。
じゃあどういうつもりなのよ。もしもこっちが強力に投票してたら私は今頃
バングルに仕込まれた注射器が作動し命を失っていたでしょうね。
Thanks.
だからそういうことだよ。アリスの BP は1だったからお前らが協力を選ぶはずはないと思ったんだ。つまり状況から考えてお前らが裏切りに投票することはほぼ確実だったわけで。
Well, you have a logic thing going on here for why you chose betray, but I'm pretty sure you're willing to kill people too.
それを知りながら協力を選ぶなんて自殺行為だろ。
あなたの BP は6もあるんだから死なないじゃない。
まあすぐには死なんだろうな。だがほとんど死刑宣告を受けたに等しい事態にはなる。しかもその宣告は俺だけに下されるものじゃない。K 以外の全員に下されるものだ。
どういうことよ。
わからないのか。お前らの投票先は裏切りでほぼ決まっていた。その状況で俺が協力を選んだら K の BP はどうなるよ。
6たす3で9に
だろ。そうなったらもうゲームは終わりだ。人生も終わり。 K は9の扉を開いてこの施設から出ていき、残りの8人はここに取り残されたまま不毛な一生を終えることになる。分かったか。だから俺は裏切りを選んだんだよアリス。お前を含めて K 以外の全員を救うためにな。
It's actually quite amazing how he turned this into something very positive sounding. Alice gritted her teeth and scowled fiercely at Dio, apparently trying to think of a rebuttal before finally snorting indignantly and stalking away. She's still okay right now. Shortly thereafter, the warehouse was filled with a rumbling sound of the doors sliding shut. Hey, this might be the first time we're making it to the third AB game, unless if something goes horribly wrong here.
アンビデックスゲートが閉鎖されました。アンビデックスゲーム第3ラウンドは星の回です。ゲートは星のマークが記されたカードキーにより解除されます。なお、このカードキーの使用回数に制限はありません。これを用いることにより、アンビデックスゲートは無限に開放することができます。
As many times as we want, huh? Then that means...
星のカードキーを使えば何度でも AB ゲームができる、そういうことなんじゃない？
なあ、そういやゼロウサギがこんなこと言ってなかったか。
AB ゲートが閉まると同時にバングルの表示色は自動的にシャッフルされるようになってるんだよさ。それからソロとペアの区別もね。
Let's check. Yeah, he did. Can you guys all show me your bracelets? I want to see what all our colors and groups are this time. Within moments, a series of wrists that I can't identify were extended to me to examine. Okay. I really only care about me right now. Luna? Is that Clover or Phi? Okay, this is me, right? I'm a solo green. Is this Phi? Alice. Holy crap, Alice is still alive. That's the first. I see. Luna and Clover are a cyan pair, and Phi and Alice are a magenta pair. Oh, but it doesn't really matter what our colors are because we can't pick this time. The remaining three are all solos. Kay is red, Dio is green, and I'm blue. So, how are the groups supposed to work for the next round? I think the next doors are going to be those white ones down in the floor B warehouse.
ああ、それなら聞いたよ。アリスたちのチームからこの倉庫でシグマと四つ葉を待っている間にな。
Yeah, so lay it out for us. How are the groups going to shake out this time? The residential color person, Phi. Tenmyoji and Quark. Oh, are you kidding me with me? I don't want to... I don't really want to be with them, especially because Tenmyoji doesn't really like me right now. Fi and Alice with Dio. Why is Alice? Alice is always with Dio every single time. That sucks. Luna and Clover with K.
おや次はパターン A だけなのですか？
そうだ。白の第二扉を開くにはこの組み合わせ以外はありえない。ちなみに天明寺とクオークはこの場にはいないが、二人が黄色のペアであることは間違いないだろう。そうじゃないと青のソロであるシグマが誰とも組めないことになってしまうからな。
We gotta make sure that they're not like, you know, Tenmyoji's not stuck by the sink again or something.
悪夢だわ。またしてもディオと組まなきゃいけないなんて。
アリスに夢はお似合いだろ。不思議の国を渡り歩いてきたんだから。
それでこれからどうしましょうか。白の第一扉が開放されるまでにはまだだいぶ時間があるみたいですけど。
Yeah, about 80 minutes.
とにかく気になるのはクオークの容体だな。ラジカル6の感染症はポットでは治療できないようだし。
ダメ元で抗ウイルス薬アクセラビルを探してみる？
Medicines.
そうだな。みんなも手伝ってくれるか？
もちろんです。
わかりました。
Oh, one thing that I'm not too sure about. You know how before the second AB round, behind each colored door, there's actually 3 different doors, right? So when we solve the puzzles that we are assigned to, so to say, does that mean that the other 2 doors behind the same colored door open too? Because if that's the case, then yeah, we can totally find the Axelavir, but if not, then we're not getting it.
了解だよ。
しゃあねえな。俺も手を貸してやるよ。
シグマは？
Of course I'll help. What kind of jerk wouldn't?
よし。それでは別れて捜索することにしよう。
After some discussion, Dio and Kay were assigned to the pantry, Luna and Alice to the treatment center, and Clover, Fi, and myself to the pressure exchange chamber. Okay, we're not finding it then.
では CD 開放までの残り時間が10分になった時に B 階の倉庫に集合ということでよろしいでしょうか。
And I think that also confirms that the other doors are indeed not opened when we solve the puzzles. We all nodded. Kay turned to Alice and Luna.
アリスさんとルナさんは治療室に行かれるんでしたよね。
ええ。
でしたら天明寺さんにもこのことを伝えておいてください。
わかりました。
それから集合時にはクオーク君を連れてくるのを忘れずに。
This is usually about when things go wrong. Pretty worried.
病と戦っている最中にポットから出すのは気が引けますが、やむを得ないのです。クオーク君のバングルがなければシグマさんも天明寺さんも白の第二扉を開けなくなってしまいますからね。
了解よ。
さあ、そうと決まれば早速行動開始だ。行こう。
With a final nod to one another, we split up, each team heading to a different direction.